Hi everyone and welcome back. Welcome to my another video, and in this video we are going to talk about how we can use GitHub Actions to deploy the Node.js microservice to AWS instance. So in the last video we have already seen how to do the same thing with the GitLab. Now we are going to try the same thing with the GitHub. So in the last video we were using GitLab CI, that is helping us to write a CI/CD pipeline, and now we are going to use GitHub Actions that will allow us to create a workflow and deployment pipelines. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to use GitHub Actions. And what are the GitHub Actions? I have already talked about it, like what is really GitHub Actions. This is like GitHub managed actions, and this is available on the GitHub. What it does is it allows you to create a jobs and run the workflow. So you can create a workflows, and inside that you can create a different jobs. And for the Node.js projects, what are the workflows like this? So what it is doing is it is just like the workflow action name, and these jobs are like, let's say for the Node.js project, the jobs will be check the dependencies, check the Node.js version, check the test cases, check the coverage criteria, and run the migrations, and then build the project, deploy the project. All these will be jobs, and you will be using these actions. These are predefined actions which will help you to check out the code, set up the node, and set up the environment. So in the GitLab CI, we were specifying the Node.js image, like, okay, I'm going to use a Node.js Docker image. Here we are going to use these predefined actions, checkout actions, setup node actions, and deploy actions, synchronize actions, and all. If you look into the simple action, workflow action, action.yml, what it contains? It contains this push strategy. So whenever you push, this pipeline or this job will trigger. And what are the jobs? Check bat version. It can be anything. First of all, it runs on the Ubuntu latest, and then these are the steps. So first what it will do is it will use this action which is already defined, checkout action. So it will like try to, what it does is it will, because you are going to run the managed runner. So how this all these things happens, even when we were doing GitLab, we were not specifying our runner. So this is your repo. When you do push, what happens? GitLab provide its own runner. I mean, that's nothing but a system or a Docker container that runs your command. Okay. Similarly, GitHub also provides your runner. That is, these are like GitHub runners. And what they do is they do the same thing. They check out your code and do the installation, run the test, and then when you want to deploy, they will take care of that. These are like shared runners. You can also spin your own dedicated organization level or your personal level runner, but that's not really needed for the demos because we are using the shared runner provided by the GitHub or the GitLab. So these runners are actually running your commands. So here what we are going to talk about is, let's say what checkout will do. Checkout will try to do the git actions, will try to clone, get the fresh code from the latest commit, set up node. This is going to install the latest version of node 14, and then it is going to run these commands, npm install. And this is like the bets version. It is going to return you the bets is actually npm module, its version. Okay, so this is like how it is done. I mean, we are trying to understand what this GitLab or action.yml contains, right? Event is on push. It can be a merge request, pull request, or when you push something on a particular branch, or when you just push any commit to the branch or repository. So currently it's push. That means anything you add on any branch and push it to remote, it will execute. So first of all, step one is it is checking out the repository, installing node, installing the bat, and then giving you the version. And this is how you can actually visualize the whole setup. Here I will talk about these actions. Here you can visualize all the actions which are happening in your repository, and here you will specify your workflow. So there is a dedicated repository for it. It's not like, okay, you put the action.yml or anywhere, you put a .github. Inside that workflows is a directory. Inside that you can specify your YMLs, and they can be anything: setup.yml, initialize.yml, test.yml, deploy.yml. So here, same as the GitLab, we have a GitHub secrets. GitHub secrets will contain the runtime environment or secret keys like AWS access key, AWS secret key, some private key, or EC2 instance, username, host name. All these will be configured in the GitHub secrets. I think I have set up some secrets here. Inside settings, you can go to the variables and secrets for the actions, and these are my secrets which I have created for this demo. Host, EC2 host, target directory where I'm going to copy the code, EC2 SSH key. Okay, now let's come back here. Now when you do the push, I can have a simple action that when you push to the main branch, I'm going to trigger all the workflows. So inside a workflow, you can have different YML files like, okay, setup.yml, deploy.yml, and there can be a one more we can have is setup and push. I mean, I'm just talking about the reference. Here we are doing copy or push the code. And then deploy. That's simple. Okay, so these are simple workflows we have. Inside this workflow we have all these 3 YML files, and what these YML files we need to have and why. We can put everything in a single YML files also, but to isolate these different steps and different actions, we can have a different YML file. Setup, it will just to check out and install Node.js and check the test cases, check the build, or you can check the prettier command if you have npm run prettier, npm run lint, npm run install, right? All these things will be done in the setup. Copy, once everything is good, okay, build is happening, then it's okay that we can now push or copy the code to the remote server. So because it's an EC2 instance now, we should be able to copy the code. And to copy the code again, we need to do SSH -i, the remote instance, and we need a private key which is available in the GitHub secrets. Okay, and then deploy is nothing but SSH to the remote instance and run a shell script. Like it will be nothing but a bash deploy.sh. Okay, that will just restart the server based on the copied code, the latest code which we have copied. This is the simple workflow which I have created. So let's talk about that. So let's see in the code, what do we have. So this setup, I mean, what do you see here is on push branch main, and these are the actions: checkout action and setup node action. These are the 2 actions we are using. So it is using the Node.js, and second action is setup node. So node version is 16.x, and it is doing npm install and npm run build if present. Okay, simple thing. So when you push the code, it will just push the code to the main branch. It will run this job, build job. Okay, it uses the Ubuntu latest. So this is nothing but a GitHub runner. So this thing is running on the Ubuntu instance, but provided by the GitHub. We are not using our own runner, and these 2 actions are running. So let's see that. I will show you the existing action. We should rename it to build setup. So check out what it is doing. If you see the console logs, it is doing nothing but it is trying to clone your code. I will try to zoom it. Then it is just setting up the node because we need Node.js version. These are the environment variables. It is doing npm install, npm ci, and then npm run build, because yes, it present there in the code. So it will, and it is a package JSON script, and then it's completing the job. So what is the setup? Setup is just doing, okay, create a node environment, do the npm install, and do the build. If this everything is works fine, then we are good. We can just execute the other actions. So after that, we have a second job, which is push. And for the push, we need to have an access to the EC2 instance, or we should be able to do the sync. rsync or scp is the command in the Linux, scp or rsync, which copies your code to the remote instance. But there are already perfect actions are already defined. Advantage of GitHub actions are that there are already existing actions are available which are doing the task. So let's say if I want to copy the code to the EC2 instance, then either I have to do SSH and then I have to do SCP or rsync command manually. But there is a GitHub actions which will do it for me. I just need to specify the target directory. And all these environment variables are already there in the secrets. So I need a private key, remote host, and remote user. This is the only information needed for this particular action. It will take care of it will take these environment variables and it will try to copy your code into this target directory. That's it. So this is the push work actions is doing. And then deploy. Deploy is just another thing, because what we are going to do in deploy, nothing rocket science. It's same checkout. And then here we are just going to run some command, and the commands are, because the code is already copied, we are just going to SSH to the instance. So we got the private key, and then we are going to use this private key to SSH to this instance. And then once we are able to enter into the system, we should be just running this bash command for this directory, sync.sh. And what magic do we have in sync.sh? Nothing. We are just running a simple commands. This is a script. And earlier I was facing the issue that Node.js not found. So we need to specify the NVM directory for the bash script. Okay, get the NVM from there. So you will be able to access to the Node.js on the remote EC2 instance. Go to this directory, install dependencies, do the build. I mean, it's optional. We already built the code, but we can do it again because this is another remote instance. And then npm to reload, because code is already there. We can just reload the Node.js process without restarting it. I mean, without stopping the EC2 instance, we can just reload and it will restart your application there. So this is a simple demo, and what demo it is talking about is just like, okay, you have the code is the existing code I'm using, which is nothing but a Node.js TypeScript starter app, which is using JavaScript, TypeScript, and module aliasing. And this is my package JSON. I mean, you can pick any project. There is no harm. It contains all these scripts. Okay, build, deploy. We are running it manually. PM to reload ecosystem config. But you can just use the lint command also and put a different job in your GitHub actions and doing linting. You can do the test, because currently there is no test, so I'm not running test. So let's see this. If I just do some commit, git and git push. So I'm trying to push to the main branch. So if you see here, we have specified on push strategy to main branch. On push, what all branches you wanted to track here, I'm just specifying, okay, I wanted to track the main branch. So here you can specify the, okay, which branch push rule is applied. And then I'm just running these jobs, setup, push, and deploy. So let's see one by one how they are running. So here it is, app setup, and it is running the setup task. Okay, it's kind of already completed, looks like. So it's doing nothing but check out, setting up the node, doing npm install, doing npm run build, and then just completing the task. And there are other tasks we have is app setup, then push workflow. So if you try to understand the push workflow, we are already using some predefined action for this. So let's see the logs. So here these are the logs. Deploy copy to the server, and you can see here actually the copy is happening. Okay, it is using this SSH deploy and it is getting this. Okay, we need to do SSH to this, and it is actually rsync, it is applying. And these are the updates. These are the okay, I mean, it is using this GitHub sync policy, and it is incrementally updating the directory with the new changes. And you can see rsync command is finished. That means it is doing rsync internally, that GitHub actions, but you don't need to write any command for it. And then finally we have this deploy, which is nothing but go to just do the SSH and run particular shell script. Shell script is the easiest way to run multiple commands. You don't need to worry about. So what it is doing? So if you look into the command, what we are doing is, first we got the private key from the environment variable. We did assign the permissions and doing SSH, and then doing npm install. The shell script already started executing. We did npm install, we did build, and then we are just reloading the application. So it is just restarting the server, and our job is complete, right? So this is the last job we have is the deploy. So this is how all these things connected with one another, and I can just do pm to list. I can just log into the server and I can just get the pm to logs. So the application is started, right? Now you just need to expose this 3000 port from the EC2 instance, and that's it. You should be able to access your APIs and available to the outside world. So this is how we do things with GitHub. I have already discussed about GitLab. Here we have created this specific shell script. So once the code is copied, you can deploy it. First we are doing SSH and then executing this shell script. Here you can run multiple commands in the bash. It's like I'm just running a single command, sync.sh, and inside sync.sh I have everything which I need to do. npm install, npm run build, go to the directory, export the nvm directory, and expose the nvm location so that I will have access to the node npm commands, and then pm to reload. Make sure that pm2 is installed globally, otherwise you can just do is npm run deploy, because there may be a case that pm2 you haven't installed globally. So you can do npm run deploy, and in the package.json, deploy is nothing but the same command, pm to reload, because I have pm2 installed in my dependency, so it should be there on the node modules. If you don't have it globally installed, do it through the package.json. Okay, so this is how things works with the GitHub. We are just writing a workflow and actions, action YML, and using these predefined actions, checkout actions, setup actions, and here in the push I use this SSH deploy. Really simple, because I don't need to write anything. And then in deploy, I'm doing SSH to that private server, because I have a host name, username, password, and I'm just running this sync.sh bash script onto the EC2 remote instance. That is nothing but restarting the instance once your code is copied. Okay, that's it I have for this demo. Now we will go back to our original project, which is PNPM workspace. This I was covering just to know everyone, okay, how you can do CI/CD, basic things to deploy a Node.js simple microservice to GitLab, through GitLab and GitHub, to your AWS instance or DigitalOcean